Man, what's going on, world? Once again, it's your boy, the Toothless Wonder, reporting live from the Bamboozled Again News Network, man, where we breaking news. It ain't really even breaking. This shit is shit everybody's supposed to know, but I don't know, man. I just got off work, right, from the treatment center, right, and I'm off tomorrow, and I don't know. I'm just not really finding the work fulfilling anymore, and here's why. Like, sometimes I wonder, am I really helping? Do the clients actually really want help? You know what I'm saying? And willing to put in the work to help themselves. So I'm going through like kind of I don't know, or my efforts in vain kind of thing. Because in reality, not just work-wise, I can't do nothing that ain't fulfilling. But now I'm finding it like I'm getting drained. Not because the work is draining, but just dealing with people's spirits, dealing with people's, lack of gratitude. Like you're in a treatment center, because essentially, let's break it down, like you were a bum. But I've never seen so many proud bums, egotistical bums, inwardly deficient. You know what I mean? How are you inwardly deficient, but yet you have all this narcissism and you deserve all this crap and you talk. And that's another thing I noticed. But I'm actually going to cover something else. Like, the more someone actually talks, it's my belief, the less spirit. I don't even want to use the word spiritual. The more someone talks, the more I question the validity of what you're actually talking about. Hence, like no real. I don't. And this is even extinct. The gangsters are on like business and politics. There are no more street gangsters. No, they're not. That game is dead. So why in 2023 would somebody hang their hat in pride saying, I'm a gangster? How has that worked for you? Like, we're proud of shit that we should actually be ashamed of. And it be blowing my top, cuz. It's like, and I heard this from somebody else. It's like everybody, especially in the black community, you have to be this exaggerated or overinflated version of yourself. Just being a man is hard enough. Just operating as a man should is enough. Man, and I'm just tired of talking. All this talking, right? And here's another thing I'm noticing. Again, there's therapy and all that, but I personally believe, and I'm not no clinician, nor do I want to be, but I want to go to school for, or at least learn the curriculum for the purpose of seeing where my critiques lie at in relation to that curriculum or model of teaching, therapy, so on and so forth. You don't move past that. It could be an aspect of it, right? But you never really move past anything until you do stuff to move past it. You never talk your way out of trauma because you just keep talking about it. You don't overcome trauma until you let go and move on from the trauma, which requires action, not talking. I'm just tired of people talking, man. But on, subject matter such as this, I'll talk all day long. I'm not a big fan of just empty words. Man, but that's just my little rant. I actually wanted to cover the medical industry. The modern day legalized form of drug dealing and a more modernized form of conducting sorcery. Again, and I've seen the game change. Oh, and I'm coming from the substance abuse treatment perspective, right? I get off the street drug to then come into a treatment center to get put on pharmaceutical drugs that are actually harder to get off of, or the withdrawal is more pronounced than the original drug I was on. At least the original drug I was on, at least at its base, root, is natural. These are all synthetic chemicals to mimic the natural one. Man, and this is the shit I be like, and I get the business, the politics of it, right? But we fucking these people up, We're making them codependent on us. We're taking away the pain and averting pain. And I know this part, averting pain actually, what's the word I'm looking for? It actually stunts your growth. Like the word growing pains. In order to grow up or during puberty, you go through growing pains. But they're taking the pain away. Man, I ain't gonna lie, bro. I hate this place, man. Everything. And I'll just listen to the Think of Man's Templar, right? Shout out to that brother, man. And he was talking about the sophistication of the evil and how it's permeated all levels of society. Well, it's your interactions with the opposite sex. They've been programmed mentally. You go to, here's one, just base. But it's so commonplace now that it's the norm. No doctor, pharmaceutical company, or hospital actually cures anything you're going through. They just treat it. Because if I treat it, I'll continue to have a patient. But if I get rid of your problem, I no longer continue to bill you for the problem you have. I'm of the opposite mind, and I knew this even when I was little. If I somehow had the information to cure you of whatever ailment, that leaves credence that I know what the hell I'm doing. Would you go to a mechanic who can't fix your car? They only treat it? Let's say you got I don't know, your hose is leaking. You take it to the hospital. I mean, well, I guess technically that'd be the car hospital. You take it to the hospital, but yet your hose is leaking. They'll say, oh, it just doesn't leak as much now. But come back in another month and I'll bill you again. Why not just fix the leak? Or find out the root cause of why the hose is leaking in the first place and go straight there and deal with that. I hate this place, man. Like, and I know everything's in y'all's time. I understand that. I'm just voicing my, and I do this before him as well. But as of recently, I realized like everything is in his time, and I have to kind of yield. Well, I don't have to kind of, I have to yield my will to his. And I'm just praying, because it is vexing here. Once you get, a certain amount of knowledge and wisdom, this ain't no place. Sometimes I feel like an alien down here. It's like the more I continue to gain information that's valid, learn, evolve, grow, it's like the more of a chasm is created with the average person I run in contact with. The stuff they saying is foreign to me. The stuff I say is foreign to them. So what's the point in talking? And this isn't because I'm some great guy, egotistical. I'm actually a very humble guy because life is humbling. And ultimately, operating from a sense of humility and understanding that I'm really in control of nothing, helped me kind of build some momentum in understanding that in the sense of application. But man, the best I help is two places I stay out of: the court and the hospital. Because you bound to come out, you go in one way, but you bound to come out with some problems. That's going to take a minute to alleviate. I had a partner of mine while I was living in Baltimore. Me and him was chopping it up. Muslim brother, good brother. And he said, we were just talking about whatever we was talking about. Somehow, he ended up talking about his a homeboy of his. Say he went to the doctor. The doctor told him he had pre-diabetes, and the doctor told him he'd be taking the pills the rest of his life. He said his homeboy told the doctor, no, I ain't neither. He did his own research, changed his diet, and now he's not pre-diabetic. And that's what I wanted to get into. Like, me, myself, like I'm 41, right? And I'm just, I've been, even though I've had my issue with alcohol and, not necessarily taking care of my temple, by the grace of Most High, I'm still in relatively good shape, physically fit. Of course, I'm smoking cigarettes. Please pray for me, y'all. I'm going to I'm fasting from the pagan holiday of Christmas to the New Year. Just to start off the New Year, not start that, but I'm coming into it. I'm actually going to take sugar out my diet, so when I drink coffee, there won't be no sugar in it. And I'm going to take out the carbs like French fries. Eat more just meat and vegetables. Taking out bread. Because I'm just feeling sluggish, like kind of Malay, like blah, like I'm like even at the job, I'm not really, like I care, but like, man, whatever. I'm becoming very nonchalant. And I don't want, like with certain stuff, it's good to be that way, but I just don't want to operate in nonchalantness, like, especially in a field where, maybe you have to care about people before they start caring about themselves. But it is draining, and I'm wondering if it's because of my diet. And like I said, I'm 41, so I really don't be as hard. I can afford to eat less. You know what I mean? If I lose any weight, it'll be from my midsection area. You know what I mean? But that's another thing. If you think about why are food and drugs in the same department, the FDA? Like our whole model of like diet is totally contrary to what human beings have been doing since human beings were created. And it mostly comes, no knock on them, but it mostly comes from these European, like pastas and all these breads that turn into sugar in your body and create diabetes. And it's just crazy, man. And then you wonder why everybody in the hospital or everybody on antidepressants, because the food you're eating is garbage. Let's be honest, it's not even real anymore. The best I can help it. Look, here's one. You got all these, like whatever town you live in, you got all these fast food. Where are they getting the cows and the chickens to produce all this meat at? When the last time you actually seen a farm? You know what I mean? That can produce all, man. I gotta get out of here, bro. I gotta get my own farm. I gotta become self-sufficient. I'm taking about the 8th, I'll be taking a solar panel class. I'm trying to create my own energy using the sun. And then I'll work on getting land and goats and, sheep. I have some pigs as my garbage disposal. I just want to live off the earth, man. I'm tired of the world. Here's another one that Elder Uwitazar said. Shout out to him. You have the earth, and then you have the world that's constructed on top of the earth. This world is fake. Like the healing. There's no healing. It's fake. The people, fake. The food, fake. The weather, fake. You know what I'm saying? It's all fake. I just want real people, real food, real healing. You know what I'm saying? Real conversation. Is that too much to ask? Because I'll be honest, man. It seems like very seldom I can find any of that anywhere in here. I used to think it was, there was nothing for me in a particular geographical place. Now I'm coming to understand, ain't nothing for me. I like to travel, maybe here in Babylon. I'd just rather be around a more who aren't necessarily as influenced by TV and program. I would like to, of course, if I had the skill set and maybe a few amenities, I would live with a tribal community in the Amazon rainforest. You know what I mean? Just a more natural way of life. All this convenience is actually making us weak. You know what I mean? Like, how many people know how to hunt? How many people, here, back to my original point, how many people know how to use the herbs from the ground to heal themselves or to treat whatever ailment? Like, I came up in a time, on the tail end of it, where we didn't really go to the hospital like that, not unless you broke something. Like, we had home remedies for colds and, arthritis and all the stuff they've been using for eons. But I've gotten to the information of how they made natural medicine, quote unquote, alternative. Now every time you get a hangnail, they got some type of opiate pill they give you. That's why treatments are popping all up, because everybody addicted to something. Food, corn, you know what I mean? Cigarettes, such as myself. And I think I used to be hyper vigilant, right? Not so much now. I'm just on point. But I think it's harder for me. Excuse me, y'all. I'm just keeping it real. Damn. I don't care. I think it's just harder for me, right? Because I feel the need to be not on edge, but it's just the environment, the energy that kind of has me, you know what I'm saying? Like my spidey sense is always on. You know what I mean? I don't know. I'm just ranting at this point. But I just wanted to come through with another quick one on how fugazi the medical industry is and all its interlocking mechanisms. Here's another one. Well, I'll just run through them real quick. Autism. Created. Nobody else on earth gets autism. But nobody else gets shot up when they're babies like we did. Which typically affects boys. Go figure, right? Cancer. if you're not in a place where the water's polluted, the air's polluted, from what I understand, the cancer rates are nowhere near as high as they are in America. And cancer in and of itself, like unless it's late stage, isn't no death sentence. I had a significant other pass away from cancer. I come to discover that cancer cells feed on sugar, and I believe B17 kills cancer cells. Now they'll give you chemo, right, which does shrink cancer cells. So they'll say, oh, your cancer is shrinking. Meanwhile, back at the ranch, you're losing your hair, your bones are brittle, your immune system is weaker. So then you get sick with something else. Hey, but your cancer cells are shrinking. But now you got three other ailments because your immune system is deficient. Man, these motherfuckers, man. I'm tired. I ain't even gonna go on and on. Man, I appreciate y'all for listening to the kid. One love. Whoa.